Hey everybody, Nick Espinosa, your chief security fanatic here. Don't forget to subscribe. And today we are talking about insider threat, one of the biggest issues we have in cybersecurity. But the biggest insider threat is our kids. Little jerks, little whippersnappers. Now for this, TechSpot had a really good write-up on this, and we're heading over to the United Kingdom, jolly old England, because the UK's data watchdog has warned schools and colleges to take more seriously the growing problem of their students hacking their institution's IT systems after finding that children are responsible for the majority of insider breaches in the education field or system in the UK. So the ICO, or Information Commissioner's Office, stated that teachers were failing to recognize what it described as a quote-unquote insider threat posed by their own students. And so basically this warning follows new figures showing that 57% of insider attacks and data breaches investigated by that regulator since 2022 originated with the students. In total, the ICO has examined 215 incidents at schools, colleges, and universities across the United Kingdom. So Heather Toomey, the ICO's principal cyber specialist, talking to the BBC, basically said that behavior initially seen as mischievous can escalate into more serious activity. And I quote, "What starts out as a dare, a challenge, a bit of fun in a school setting can ultimately lead to children taking part in damaging attacks on organizations or critical infrastructure," end quote. And yes, but this is when we got to get them, right? Because if you've got students that have basically aptitude, desire, or skill to look at ways of, let's say, evading threat detection systems, getting around authentication protocols, all that kind of stuff, basically just good old fun hacking like we used to do back in the day, that's when you get them. Ideally, this is when cybersecurity teams should swoop in, start training them, start giving them ethics classes. Something I'm a huge proponent of in cybersecurity curriculums is ethics, morality, and education, because yeah, there's a lot of money to be made in the dark web, but there's also a lot of jail time you could potentially do. And so I think this is actually really interesting. It's really fun. I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to break into things. I wanted to evade systems, and I did. And fortunately, I had pretty good morals and ethics beaten into me by my parents. And so by virtue of that, I'm here talking to you and not living in Moscow or something like that. So here we are. I think this is an important one. But hey, if you've got basically a kid in your life that has aptitude, that shows desire for this, put them down the cybersecurity path. We could use all the help that we can get. And quite frankly, it's better than the opposite. And I think the world is proving that right now. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please, 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 I'm going to say private, informed, and secure. Take care.